Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, friends. It's me, Robin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Lisa Nigro. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Deb. Good morning. I promise I won't sing this whole time. Good morning. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Shannon. Friends, did you bring a cup of yum yum today? Good morning, Aggie. Good morning. Did you bring a cup of yum yum? I have my very favorite turquoise mug, and inside the last bit of coffee from my friend Tanya. She mailed me coffee just in the nick of time. How do you like that? Miracles. Good morning. It is Romper Room. I see Lisa. I see Carol. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful friends, and welcome to our time together. Love Posse Live, I say we call it. The sun just came out. It is beautiful. This has been the wildest morning already. 50-mile-an-hour winds. Everything outside is going, woo, Hi, Tanis. I'm going to close the curtain a little. Never one to complain about the sun, obviously. No, but it gets bright, so sorry about, whoop. Hi. Still here. Technical difficulties. Let's see how that goes. It's a little better. Just so I don't have to squint at you. And then you think I'm giving you the sardine eye. So good morning. How are you? How is the weather in your heart? How did you wake up today? Did you wake up good today? Did you sleep all right last night? How is it for you? These are wild times. I wonder if you can hear my wind. I know what that sounded like, but I mean outside there's a lot of wind right now, and the chimes are chiming, and my garden, if you know Mr. Sunflower from last year, my garden spinner that he hung out with is spinning like crazy. The pinwheels are going, woo! So good morning. Yeah, your heart is a beaming ball of light. Well, would I expect anything other than that out of you, Miss Lisa? Good morning. It's so good. I woke up. I slept all the way through the night. I usually wake up at 3 or 3:30, and I just hang out with Spirit. What do you want us? Hello. Good morning. Mkalika. Alicia. Good morning. Say your name. Sorry. I woke up fully rested. It was like, wowzers. How did that happen, please? So usually I talk to Spirit in the middle of the night and write some things down that we can talk about. And this morning, I just did it in the morning. It's a beautiful morning. I was out in the grass standing in this beautiful weather. Sorry, making one adjustment. That's a little better. In the beautiful wind and the beautiful weather, the cloudy, beautiful sun, and clouds, and just feeling our blessing. What a blessing this time is. And just like the wind, how it blows things away, we could choose to stand as a healing practice. And I wrote we do it a little as I'm talking about this. It's a metaphor, but it's also whatever we think about, we begin to create. So as you stand and allow what is not needed, what hasn't served, what still kind of putters around in your mind from time to time, let it blow away. Release it. Agree to give it up for your beautiful light, your beautiful heart, your beautiful knowing, your beautiful you. And I call it give. Two mourning doves just went off this way. I love our little yeses from nature. What is so beautiful about saying to give it up for is that you choose why. You choose your why. And you choose your why intentionally. Not, I'm letting it go because I'm so freaking sick of this. I'm tired of being disappointed. I'm tired of being upset. You know, it just feels like we're still boxing with our own heads and whoever we're thinking about, because let's face it, people are our greatest teacher. Good morning, Carrie. So I like to say to give it up for. I'm giving it up for my sparkle, my practice, my spiritual knowing, the God in me. I'm giving it up for that. And if you think about that word, that phrase, give it up for, what am I really saying? Forgiveness. Look at the word forgiveness. That's where I call that from. Yeah. So, and I like Tanya said, windy mornings are like reminders that change is ahead. Exactly. Something beautiful could be blowing in for you, is blowing in. I don't mean maybe not. I mean, it's up to you to decide. Are we welcoming it in? Are we saying, you know, I welcome the good? Yesterday or the day before, I was talking about let's chant the beauty of the good at this time. Let's be in our enthusiasm and theos, to be in God, to be one with God, to be in our God self. This is just a choice. So what are you giving things up for? Giving it up for. Good morning, Kelly. I saw an interesting meme going by on Lightworker Lounge. A lot of us follow that page. I don't always stay up on it, but if somebody reposted in their stories, I might really notice it. And it was funny because as I was making some notes from Spirit for us today, I saw several posts going by about this is like the time to let go of situations, and it was just a reminder of what I was already writing down, but it said, you know, if you're still frustrated that people haven't changed, this thing that we're all living through, this global love apocalypse that we are living through, riding in, if you're still shocked that people haven't changed their ways, well, that means you haven't either. And thank you for that reminder. You know, I don't always like it. You know, I don't always want to hear that I'm part of the problem, but guess what? I am. If I'm still bitching about that person or that thing, and still, I haven't changed either. So, good morning. Welcome. I can't sing to some and not to the other. So, good morning, TJ. Oh, good morning, number one husband. Good morning, Anna. Hi, Amy. Good morning. So today, I ask you to choose your word of the day if you haven't already chosen it. Today, my word is now. You know how I like to say now is always new? Now is always new. Now is always new. Every moment we can choose again, choose again, choose again. You find yourself upset. You find yourself scared. You find yourself, you know, worrying. Hey, there's nothing wrong with us. We're awesome. Like, that's first and foremost. You aren't failing your spiritual practice if you feel any thing less than love, light, and joy. Love, light, and joy. You know, people who are like, I'm always happy. I'm never upset. No, we're not failing if we get scared. I get scared. You get scared. I get frustrated. You get frustrated. I judge people. Do you judge people? Yeah. But we can choose again. So now is always new. Now is always new. So that's my word. Now, now, now. Now, now, now. Number one, husband. How did I know it was you? Well, I can't. I love you. That's how I know. I don't know. Tanya, your word is truth. Shannon, receive. That is so powerful. I have been sharing Tosha Silver's Change Me prayer, Change Me Abundance prayer, and there is so much in there about receiving and worthiness, which I promise I will continue to encourage us to practice. You know, this is such a powerful time of receiving. So, you know, if you're carrying this is that time. I was listening to a live with Paul Selig, who I really love. He writes many books. The Word, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. I learned that from Paul Selig. I talk about that yesterday, I think. And he's got some great videos up on YouTube. He's a channel, I feel like, for the clearest source, God, Jesus, however you want to think of this now, if for people who call energy forward. And he was saying, this is that opportunity. We've all been turned upside down. We're being shaken out. This is me shaking us out. Everything's falling out of our pockets. Even the Kleenex stuffed in your bra. You know, everything is shaking out. It's a time we could say, yes, clean me out, shake me out. I want to be free, and I want to then have all this clear, open space to receive the new. So that word, perfect. Look at that. Truth, receive, surrender. These three right there. This is the practice. And like, this is the practice. Amy, I'm going to talk about that. Everything's being shaken out. Please, let's not just pick things up and put them back in our pockets. So real life example, you know, I've been talking about this a lot on the podcast too. We all have relationship crap that happens. Stuff that keeps repeating itself. Stuff that keeps happening again and again and again. And in a way, we're like a well-trained dog. We keep going back to the thing and repeating the behavior, hoping for something different. And, you know, how many times do we need to do that before we get it? So relationship is one area that, for me, I have been truly chanting the beauty of the good, talking about what I love and appreciate. And even though I may have guilt, so Amy, this is a little bit speaking to this, even though I may feel a moment of guilt, that friend who texts and they're doing their familiar dance, which kind of triggers my old stuff too. You know, it's always two of us. It's never just that them being the one and I'm the innocent angel doing nothing, minding my own business. In my case anyway, you know, here they come. I am not gonna, this is me going la 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 la. I didn't hear the voicemail. I didn't hear the message. I didn't read the email. And then you might feel guilty. But you know what? Ask for help. This is when you reach out to your higher power. Help me, help me. Me, Course in Miracles practice teaches us that the Holy Spirit is our helper. You don't have to be religious. I certainly am not, I guarantee you. And Holy Spirit was new to me when I came to the practice. So, but it's that creative essence that makes change possible. Holy Spirit, take her off my hands. Here you go. Hand her off, hand him off, hand them off, hand that situation off. If you're feeling guilty because you are home and other people are working, if you're feeling guilty because your family that you have been sequestered with is making you nuts and you find a way to make space for yourself, and then you feel guilty, just practice understanding if you really are in alignment with receiving your light and your beauty and the good. Anything you want to receive. I don't care if it's totally unrelated to this upset I'm talking about. You want to be a welcoming host to that. And that means anywhere in your spiritual house, you don't want to carry discord and upset. So you owe it to yourself, even if it's just breath, soften my butt cheeks. I don't know about you. Sometimes I could crack a walnut in my butt cheeks. They could be so tight because I'm stressed, worried, tense. Let it go. Just know that that's what you need to do. Your job is to stay in a place of peace. Your job is to stay in a place of joy. So, yeah, Amy was saying, having some guilt. Today your word is strength because you're having guilt for not being with your nursing colleagues at the bedside. And, my friend, we are serving still. So think of it this way. You are helping contribute healing by choosing to practice your joy and your good and your appreciation for their time and your appreciation and acknowledgement of what you are doing, because you are doing. I have to put my bracelets in the picture still. I'll tell you about these in a minute. What you are doing, because you are doing. So again, if I'm handing you a present, let's say I made you this little bouquet and you said, oh, I can't take it because I feel guilty today. How? What? No. So receive. That's your practice. Jeff's word today is sing. Oh, good, because that's who I live with. Number one husband. He has a beautiful voice. Oh, Jeffy, can I tell the story about our wedding reception? Carrie, your word is alive. Oh, yeah. And you are. So Carrie's going on to say our imaginary arguments in your head where you're trying to get them to change to your perspective. Haha, but I'm not changing either. I know. It's almost like we call BS on ourselves in a loving way, though, in a loving way. This is why I feel that it's so important. I've been telling people for every bit of time you choose to spend being upset, afraid, because on some level we're choosing. I don't mean to make light of anybody's struggle. I mean, if there's anybody who knows the depths of despair, truly, it's me too. It's you and me. And so I'm not trying to make light of this at all. I'm just saying we're still choosing. Do you hear my tummy? We're still choosing. We're still choosing. So offset some of that time you've been spending in the grind or watching upsetting news or, lost in social media and not feeling well. Social media is such a boon these days. I say stuff like this, I never went live before now. So there's a lot of good, but offset your time. Remember how they used to tell us in school, for every hour in the classroom, you have to study, whatever. Let's do some spiritual practices, watch the stuff that brings you joy. Okay? It's important. Keep yourself in that place. And what Carrie said, what I said, realizing we're not changing. If we keep expecting people to be different, it's also, if the turnaround of that is, I'm expecting you to be the same. In a way, I'm like, please, I'll just speak for me, Carrie. Please continue to disappoint me. Please be crazy again today, because then, in a way, it affords me the opportunity to be upset and feeling sorry for myself. Then I can blame why I haven't advanced on my journey on that. There's unconscious benefit in a way that we didn't intend, Yes. Oh, Jeff, thank you. Okay. And Kelly, your word is notice. Ooh, I'd love to know more, but I love the word notice. Like noticing the good, noticing the wonder. And Aggie, this better not be your word today. Phone problems. No, I know it's a joke. So I was saying, I tell you a story about Jeff singing. Number one, singing. First of all, did I say cheer? I did, but I don't know if I had any. Cheers. At our wedding, we had a song, was it from the Music Man? And I only knew it from the Beatles. When they put out they put out an album, like a compilation album with all the recording sessions. And it was that song, there were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. You know that song? Well, Jeff, yeah, till there was you. Jeff had a band at our wedding, and he rehearsed with the band and sang that song to me from the stage. I love this band because they made him prove that he could sing beforehand. I like a good business that's like, hey, we're happy to collaborate with you, but if it makes us look horrible, no. If it's horrible and you're going to ruin your wedding, no. But it was, I still, like, even now, I remember that, and I just feel like I'm down there looking up at him saying, woo, woo, woo. So beautiful. And also, geez, it comes so fast, that sense of worthiness. Really? For me? I still feel that. Really? But I'm such a bad person. I don't do anything. I'm so ordinary. You know, I always have these stories that want to come, but we don't have to, you know, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. We don't have to entertain it. It may still come though. My ego mind is very active. Thank you for the hearts. So Kelly, you said yes, and noticing what makes me feel off and moving from that. Yes, I mean, it's just so beautiful and so simple in a way. Courage is always required as we're making these moves, and sometimes I just do when I start to feel bad, because I do have a few friends who are really going through it now. Not talking about anyone here, just so, really in a tough way. But I realize even so, just because you're really in a tough way does not mean that I have to be your doormat. I have to be your sustenance. I have to be your whipping post. You know what I'm saying? You guys, we really owe it to the world to shift our perspective. Shift our perspective. So Lisa, you just said, I just opened the New York Times and one section is all what's and just the words, the great empty. You mean it's all empty and then just the words, the great empty? Just what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, this is a time of emptying out, and we are going to be better than ever if we choose. I notice that, I've said this a few times here, that my personal edges, my personal issues, they didn't magically go away because of coronavirus times. I'm still in that stuff is still offering itself to my practice. So this is a time we can do a big power up, you know, a big power up and just shift really quickly. Are you ready? Do you want it? Who's with me? You know, let's go. Okay, good. Aggie, your word is gratitude. That's awesome. Thanks, Tanis. It was sweet. Yeah. I thank you for that too, Kelly. I mean, that's something here, my next list, sharing about new friends. Some of us are wanting to release these relationships that haven't served. You've got people in your family you know what I'm talking about. Let's just do it. We're making the leap together. And never forget that we're a posse. You and me, we are a love posse. This is our love posse. That's why we're called that. You are part of that. Whether it's your first day here or you've been here, so many of you, it's been years, you know. We're here, and this is us. We are your healthy friend, even if we're online. So many of you I have never met in the flesh, as we say. So what? We are one in the spirit. And, you know, for me, it was never necessary to meet from shell to shell. It was always necessary to meet from soul to soul. This is the time to rely on your good friend, your healthy friend, your friend who's healthy in spirit, your friend who's choosing to do the practice. And I won't keep harping on it, but I will say it is okay to not return the text, to not even send the heart emoji, and to even consider what would you do instead if I weren't afraid? What would I do if I wasn't afraid? You know, I noticed for me with my one friend who I've been angry. I've had some anger. I've had some resentment, and not just some. Sometimes it's really, really big. And I'm working my practice too, because I don't want to continue. Do you know the work of Abraham Hicks? When Esther channels, she has a way of saying, a lot of times what we're doing is acknowledging what's already come, what already was, what's already in the past. Anything I'm looking at that's here now, it's already like the manifestation has been coming all along, and now we're just looking at the physical reality. So in a technical way, we're saying we're looking at what was, what came before, and so we keep bringing it here again. You want to get rid of it. You want to be done with it. You want to transcend it. Stop naming it now. Stop talking about it like it's happening now. So what would you love going forward? And so with my one friend I'm thinking about, I'm like, bless you. I celebrate. It's good. Where you're at is good. There are people around you. You're doing well. It's all right. And I really own that I'm going this way, and your spirit is celebrating me too, going this way. Finally, we're untangled, you know? Our dogs, we had 3 dogs at one time. We tried to walk them all. We had that whoever sold the Y lead was really funny, because for our dogs it never worked, and they would wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. And at that point, when you are so entangled, it really doesn't matter that it was Winston or Rocky who started going around the tree the wrong way. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All white with the words great empty. Yeah, cool. We have space. We have space. We have space. You know, and things are moving forward, powerfully forward in this time, if we choose it. A lot. Oh, good. Yeah. I mean, because really, right? We need to hear it. We need to hear it. We need to all be reminded. There are some of us, you know, that are really struggling with that codependent energy, and we feel so dang responsible. But the only thing we're really responsible for is owning how we got ourselves into that so far and how we take ourselves out. Speaking of Abraham, you know, some of us may not know that Esther has decided in this time to do live stream channeling 3 days a week. Now, it is for pay. There's a paywall. And yesterday she said, and you know, I'm receiving them. I feel like there is things I will purchase now for my own health and support, and something to look forward to and something to receive. So that's just where I'm at with it. But she also said yesterday that They are now in the process of working to add much more free content to their own YouTube channel, which is pretty like their own YouTube channel is pretty non-existent because everybody shares their own snippets and clips. But she said they're working hard now because they have more time on their hands too. All their stuff has been canceled. She's just home in her bath slippers, she said yesterday. So, in my heart, I feel like it's a worthy expenditure at this time. And also there are lots and lots of new free things going up. And she said even she's starting a blog. So check her out too as another person to receive on the journey, yeah. So I wanted to say, I wrote a post. This is going back a little ways, and just because we're on this topic, and it also popped in, and the truth is I felt a little embarrassed, but I'm really one who is dedicated to honoring what spirit, if I say, I will do your will, in the Course, it says, Course in Miracles, where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom should I say it? And I heard, it's okay if it wasn't good. So that's a blog post I wrote a couple years ago about my mother, about the funeral, going to her funeral, and the anger I felt at how many people, wow, I hope I don't start crying now because I have nothing here. I'm already wiping my runny nose. About the people who were like, oh, she was a saint. She was an angel. She loved you so much. And I didn't have that. That was not the experience, There's that public side we show, and then there's that private side. And there was definitely a split in my experience of her. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not really even sure why. If you go and look it up and it feels resonant, let me know. There's a search bar. If you go to robinhallett.com blog and you type in, just scroll down on the sidebar, there's search. It's okay if it wasn't good. You can stop pretending is the rest. And I think that's the thing is for me is like, I don't need to pretend that some people really, really have it bad because they don't. None of us do, actually. We are all always well, always healed, always whole, always holy, always bright, always empowered, always manifesting, always calling forth the good, always loved, always rich, always abundant. I could keep going. It starts really flowing when I do that. Always. That's us, Always guided. Always guided. Always. So the last piece this morning, I was like, what should I turn to? Some of this is in my stories, by the way. What should I turn to? Thank you for the hugs. It's nice. I really like being able to tell you things like that because I notice that enough of us aren't, I wish more of us would just talk like this, but I appreciate so much this time and you being here, my friends, that we're connected in this love and joy of moving our lives forward and just receiving the blessings. There's no work required in that. Thanks, Kelly. It is good. Maybe I'll push that up. I think there's a way to repeat stuff. I'll change the date or something. Yeah. It's hard to, with my mom and so many situations, I do not want to start crying, but I'll say just because of the memory. In my history anyway, so many of the situations were like unrequited love. They don't love me back. I want to be with them. They don't want to be with me. And that's really, that began with my mother. So of course I have to work this stuff out. If that relates for you, of course we have to work that stuff out. It's just part of what we came to get free from so we could really enjoy our lives. And, I'm still offering healing sessions for those of you who want to work one-to-one now. I'm here. In fact, I'm loving this time. Feels like such a sacred time to enter into healing work together. Yeah, it's beautiful. And also all this every day. I'll be here. And Monday's podcast, oh, that's tomorrow, is really good. It's just going to be, we're going to keep rolling. It's been your biggest lesson. Yeah. Yeah, hold on to that one. You and I, this is why we're connected. Because we have hearts that are aligned and in love. And even if we don't talk a lot, it's just like, we get it. I think you need to be with friends who get it and are choosing to heal, when we're ready. Of course. No, I know. I knew what you meant. Yeah. So we need to keep choosing. And it's okay to process too. Like, I still feel a lot of tears. I mean, the stuff we put ourselves through sometimes is really intense. Yeah. Goodness in our heart is enough. That's true. So this morning I pulled out my roomie. If you know me for a minute, I'm always into the roomie. But I was like, just show me, because I have been so in tune with what a beautiful time, what a blessing time. I feel so rich, so abundant, and kind of like what Lisa was sharing about the great emptiness. This is such the golden opportunity. And please, let's not rush to fill in all the spaces with the chaos that came before. Let's be here now. That's my word. Now is always new. Yeah. So I opened to this page. I won't read the whole poem, but this is enough, was always true. How about that? This is enough. And that's always been the truth. Font. If I ever write a book, I probably won't. And it's 20-point font. Please don't get mad at me. I can't read anything this time. This is enough. Sugar merchants, I have news. Joseph has arrived from Egypt with the essence of sweetness. A fruit cobbler that can save your soul. Spirit wine. And if there is something else you want, that came too. Aphrodite is singing ghazals, a sky with gold. Streaks across, a stick that finds water in a stone. Jesus sitting quietly near the animals. Night so peaceful. This is enough. Was always true. We just haven't seen it. The bird already wears a tufted crown. Each ant is given its elegant belt at birth. This love we feel pours through us like giveaway song. The source of now is here. Holy cannoli, Batman. Isn't that gorgeous? Just to me saying, we've always been okay. We will never not be okay. Everything we need is here. Are we choosing to receive? Yeah. That's good. I'm glad you liked that. So friends, I wish you a beautiful Sunday. This is a day to celebrate and worship yourself, worship your life, worship your opportunities, worship your light. Take out the good stuff, the waffle maker, the fondue pot. Make yourself a special cup of coffee, a special cup of tea. Make yourself a special cocktail this evening if you enjoy that. Make it special. Make it special because you are that. Yep, the source of now. That's right. That line was so profound. And in tomorrow's podcast, I talk about it can only be found now. It can't be found in the past, and it can't be found in the future. God is now. So I love you so much, and thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my friend who's choosing to be awake, who's trying, who's practicing. You know what I mean? Who's trying to make it better, doing the healing, making the choice, even if it's hard. It's hard for me too. And always, if I can help you, I'm here. Message me. Happy day. Thank you, my friend. I'll be here again in the morning, 9 a.m. And the podcast. I love you. You can share this on with your friends it'll be up on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. So please share this on. And I am here. Like I said, I'm open to your support too. Always. Being together is so wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You're healing me. Just so you know, you're healing me. You're healing me too. Truth. All right. I love you. I think it's going to be pancakes today. I think it's going to be pancakes and maple syrup. Maple syrup and butter. Yes. Love you. I'll see you. See you in the morning. Bye.